Farming protest has been running rampant all across Europe of late. Other European countries other than Germany have now been getting involved. Originally, I think the Dutch were the first ones to start the protest, but now we're seeing a lot of German farmers, as you may already know, start the protest as well. Well, do I have a story for you? Because today I'm looking at an article and it goes over what the state is actually spending money on. So let's just get into it because this is a pretty interesting one. So it says €200 for the establishment of a gender data lab in Rwanda. Great. Who asked for this? Who literally asked for this? The farmers, the guys who make our food, protesting in world record numbers right now because of the subsidies they need. It's already hard being a farmer, and now they're getting what they need taken away from them. And why? Well, one of the reasons why is because of a gender data lab in Rwanda. What? I mean, I would think Rwanda needs like running water or food, not a gender data lab. That's a bit weird. Let's get into it. The explosive list of recipients in German tax money and what it is wasted on. Who hasn't yet, who wants to again? Here is the entire list of recipients countries for German tax money. The receiving countries just have to frame their demands correctly and then have the money flow in streams. Good day to be a country. I mean, holy hell. Maybe I should just form my own country and say, you know what? I need a gender data lab. I need like 20 billion to help me with how to figure out how to diversity hire. What a joke. It's like, they're farmers. They're the guys who give us the food. Like, you can't screw them. You're basically screwing them over because one, you screwed up with the budget, but two, because you need a gender. Okay, let's continue. The government donated €200,000 for a gender data lab in Rwanda, as can be seen from a small request from the CDU-CSU parliamentary group. Whether the money ever arrived or whether it was misused remains unclear. This probably also applies to the other billion-dollar gifts around the world. In fact, tax revenues are at a record levels. The state has never collected more money from its citizens. Nevertheless, the government always wants more. This is due, among other things, to the expenses for all over the world. Development aid is also at a record level. The newly introduced climate aid for poor countries was generously increased from 4 to 6 billion last year. Some of the money flows into the darkest rogue states and dictatorships. China also receives support from Germany. China? Are you serious? Like, what are we giving the Chinese here? Like, I'm pretty sure they can handle themselves. Holy hell. So record tax revenue we saw in 2022, 895. So, and record development in aid in 2021. So it looks like, I would assume this is billion. So migration, 50 billion. We have the people's money, 39. 22 for Ukraine. That's a lot of money for Ukraine. I mean, they need weapons and people. I mean, are we producing the weapons? What are we doing? Are we just giving them money for what? And the other thing is, are they even winning? Because if we give you money, like, what is the end result? Is it just to defend for how long? Because I'm pretty sure the Russians can just keep attacking, and we won't get into that. But look, it looks like a lot of our money is getting wasted on just useless crap. I can understand things like Bürgergeld being a necessity for a lot of people who, I don't know, maybe they just they need it to survive, but they can't get a job. We're at record levels of we need more people than ever, right? Because There's no one to fill the jobs. And yet there's all this Bürgergeld. People need to be on Bürgergeld. So why don't these people on the people's money get these jobs? Why don't you just create something which trains them in the necessary fields? Or why don't they get hired and then get trained on the spot? Probably because it's more advanced jobs. But still, we'll continue. So, looks like 2022 development aid was 33.3 billion, plus 5 billion compared to 2021. Citizens' money, 39 billion. That's a lot of money for Centrelink, I call it Centrelink because I'm an Aussie, but I grew up in Australia. But that's a lot of money. That's just a lot of money, free money getting handed out, man. Like, come on. Like, what's going on here? And now we have this entire list. And here we go. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Thailand, Mongolia, Brazil, Peru, Tunisia, Thailand, Indonesia. Like, a verification system for greenhouse gases, 125. Wait, is that... What is that? Is that 7 billion? Jeez, man, like... Oh, sorry, 7 million. It's 7 million, not a 7 billion. I'm blind, dude. Give me a break. But, like, this is a lot of freaking money, dude, that... You know, they can't figure out how to do the budget. They gotta tell the farmers, oh, sorry, we just don't have enough money. How about you take a couple of bucks out of, you know, protection and integrated management of marine and coastal biodiversity in Brazil. Take a couple of bucks out of that. Take a couple of bucks out of this. Take a couple of bucks out of all of this. Improving agricultural, like, for Burkina Faso? What the hell is that? It's like a lot of German money is just going to stuff which has nothing to do with German people. This has nothing to do with Germany. Our farmers directly affect the pricing for food and a lot of other things. So how about we just give them the subsidies back? Because it looks like we have plenty of room in the budget to do that. I mean, the list goes on and on. Mexico, national climate protection goals. Like, dude, is this all climate stuff as well? Like, Germany's really bringing it to these nations. Safety nets in the COVID-19 context. What? 35? Holy hell. I gotta get into a government job because it seems like people are just making money hand over fist from this crap. Jesus. But anyway, that's it for this one. If you're as dumbfounded as me with the amount of money that gets spent on just random stuff, it's just insane. Stuff that has nothing to do with Germany. Like the German economy isn't even doing that well. Like, we're not doing that well. We can't be helping every single other place on the planet. You gotta help yourself first. And that's the thing. I think Germany really needs to compact itself, figure out what the hell's going wrong, what they can do better, and then proceed to help everyone else again. Because right now, the cost of living is getting worse. Essentially, every metric is getting worse. And it's just gonna keep getting worse. You know, maybe it would get better, right? Maybe it would get better if we didn't spend thousands of dollars on some gender lab in the middle of nowhere that has nothing to do with Germany or its people. Like, imagine sitting at home. Imagine if you could actually see where all your tax dollars went, like your direct tax dollars. And you're like, well, we need taxes for the roads. And you're like looking up where your tax dollars went. And you're like, well, I guess they went to a, some sort of gender lab in the middle of the desert somewhere, like in the middle of nowhere. it's helping a Mexican or something. Like, what the fuck? It just seems wild. I think people could actually see directly where their tax dollars actually went. That would really change people's opinions, and even how the government spends money. Because right now, it kind of just looks like it's getting thrown in the nether. It's just getting thrown out. There's some middleman making a bank at the end and in the middle of all these deals. And the German government are just getting screwed over because they're ignorant and they're just dumb. They don't know how to manage an economy anymore. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll leave you guys to it. Like, subscribe, and follow me for more German news videos. But very interesting, very interesting. Anyway, see you in the next one.